Good evening. It's a great night to be a chieftain. I'm Pam Nath, principal of Bellefontaine High School. I would like to welcome you to the Bellefontaine High School 2021 commencement ceremony. This is a very special year, needless to say. Since the beginning of the year, it was my hope that we would all be together on this field today to celebrate an awesome class. And indeed, we are here. It's so good to be here. Most of all, like I just told our graduates, it's so good to see their faces, to finally see their faces. At this time, I ask that everyone in attendance please take a moment to turn off all cell phones so that they will not detract from the ceremony or interfere with our television coverage. Please also do your best to remain socially distanced from other families outside your own. Finally, I would ask that you remain seated and not move down front during the ceremony so that all spectators can observe their student and enjoy the commencement exercise. Thank you so much. It is my distinct privilege to begin today by introducing the many distinguished individuals on our platform who have dedicated themselves to the service of our school district. As I read your names, I ask that you stand. First, I want to acknowledge Mr. Brad Hall, the superintendent of Bellefontaine City Schools. We also have with us our school board members, Mrs. Brenda Sanford, president, Mr. Colin Yoder, Vice President, and board members, Mr. Scott Abraham, Mr. Mark Fissel, and Mrs. Karen Wilson. Also joining us on this stage, we are honored to have Mrs. Allison Koch, Supervisor of the Ohio High Point Career Center. Also behind me is Mrs. Angie Haver, Guidance Counselor, Mr. Matt Comstock, and Mr. Cliff Core, Associate Principals. The final platform guests with us today are Angie Horvath on behalf of the BHS Academic Boosters, and our honorees who will be receiving the Distinguished Alumni Recognition, Mr. Paul Lambert, Dr. Danielle Pfister-Foster, Dr. Ryan Kaufman, and our commencement speaker, Sergeant Andy Kennedy. Thank you for joining us today. And now please rise for the national anthem played by the Bellefontaine High School Band under the direction of Mr. Jeremy Karg. After the anthem, we ask that you remain standing throughout the entire processional and the singing of our school alma mater. The words for the alma mater are printed on the back of your commencement program.
Thank you, and please be seated. Good evening. It's an honor for me to stand here this evening and introduce to you the Salutatorian and Valedictorian of the Bellefontaine High School class of 2021. Both are shining examples of the Bellefontaine City School District. They have earned the right to address you this evening because they have proven themselves in their daily classwork through outstanding academic performance over many years. The valedictorian and salutatorian selection is based solely on grade point average and figured through the end of the senior year, and all advanced placement and college credit plus points are added to the grade point average. The grade point average is based on a 4.0 scale. It is worth noting that again this year, the top 24 students in the class of 2021 all graduated with a grade point average of 4.0 or higher. The first speaker to address you this evening will be the salutatorian of the class of 2021, Samantha Starkey. Samantha is the daughter of Michael and Nancy Starkey. On a 4.0 grade scale, Samantha earned a grade point average of 4.622. Among numerous athletic and community activities, Samantha is president of the National Honor Society, a member of Chieftain Leaders, DARE, and her church youth group. In addition, Samantha represents students across Ohio by serving the elite Ohio Attorney General's Teen Ambassador Board. Samantha has received many academic booster club awards and is also the recipient of many scholarships valued at $35,700. Samantha has also represented Bellefontaine High School outside the classroom. She made the varsity swim team all 4 years of high school and varsity tennis for 3 years. Her recognition for swim includes the Coaches Award, being a member of the district team and winning CBC all 4 years. In tennis, she earned the CBC Sportsmanship Award her junior and senior year. Samantha will continue her educational journey at Baldwin-Wallace University, studying criminal justice in their honors program, and be a member of the swim team. The second speaker to address you this evening will be the valedictorian of the class of 2021, Evan Kaufman. Evan is the son of Ryan and Valerie Kaufman. His grade point average is 4.656. Evan earned 3 varsity letters in cross country and 2 in track, was on CBC second team in cross country 3 times, and won the CBC Sportsmanship Award for cross country in 2019. He has been a saxophone section leader in band. He is the founding president of the BHS Amateur Radio Club, was part of the state champion Envirothon team, and was on state and national qualifying teams groups. Evan is a National Merit Commended Scholar, a College Board National Rural and Small Town Scholar, and an AP Scholar with distinction. He received the 2021 Honda Ohio State STEM Award and is part of the National Honor Society at BHS. He has been inducted into the Phi Theta Kappa and Spanish National Honor Society and is the recipient of the Effie Patterson Memorial Scholarship. Evan will attend Eastern Mennonite University in Harrisonburg, Virginia, where he is part of the honors program and will major in biology. Please welcome our first speaker, Samantha Starkey.
For those of you who know me, you know it terrifies me to talk in a class of 15 people. But here I am in front of what feels like a million because I promised myself I'd do things that scare me this year. And because of that, I'm picturing all of you in your underwear and will continue to do so until I sit back down. I wanted to start off by congratulating the class of 2021. Somehow we made it. I'd also like to thank the faculty and staff here at BCS. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. The biggest of thanks goes to our parents and families for encouraging us to follow our dreams, no matter how bizarre they seem. This day is also special for you parents. In a few short months, you'll be able to turn our rooms into home offices or workout rooms you're never going to use. And please know that no matter how much we deny it or act against it, we love and appreciate you. If there's one thing we've learned this past year, it's to never take anything for granted. Disappointment was an emotion we felt often this year. Nothing went how we wanted, and as quick as something was going right, it went wrong. We missed out on some of the best parts of high school. I know we should be grateful because we got more than other high schools, but let's be honest, we were all disappointed at some point this year. Even with these disappointments, we still kept ongoing theme of togetherness with uncertainty. At times, it seemed the only thing that was certain was that nothing was certain. Senior year was full of emotions. Along with disappointment, excitement and nervousness were also very prominent. We are excited to enter the real world and nervous for what the real world holds. Next year is going to be full of uncertainties. Whether you're going to college, enlisting in the military, or entering straight into the workforce, you're going to be faced with many new obstacles. High school is such a familiar place, and although we didn't always enjoy it, we became comfortable in this school. One of the scariest parts for me personally is going to be the need to reach out and meet new people. It's weird to have to introduce myself to people and to become familiar with them. I've gotten used to being around the same people every day for the past 13 years. And on top of that, trying to find a roommate was insane. VHS has been a place of comfort and security, and now you're telling me I have to live with someone I don't even know. There are so many things that could go wrong with that. But I'm eager for this new journey. I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say I'm ready to meet new people and create new memories. Sure, we had fun in high school, but now we're open to the whole world, not just Bellefontaine. I know many of us are sitting here thinking as soon as we get our diplomas, we are out of this town. As soon as we get the opportunity, we are leaving and never looking back. But I hope you do. I hope you look back and remember both the good and the bad times. That you look back and remember all the times this community has supported you. That you look back and remember those sitting around you at this exact moment, and that you remember all you've gone through with them. And I hope some of you do come back. You can leave. I actually encourage it. We should all see the world. But I hope some of you come back. We're the generation that is going to make a change. We're all looking for a way to do good in this world. And if you're looking to make an impact, what better place to start than the community that raised you? Some of you are choosing to stay in our hometown. Many of our parents graduated from this very school. They went and saw the world and they came back. Honestly, my advice to my classmates is to do what makes you happy. But no matter how far away you want to get or how far away you actually get, our roots will be here. This school became a home and this class became a family. Even though we fought sometimes and hated school, we have spent some of the best moments of our lives together. 4 years ago, we walked into this high school not knowing what the future had in store for us. Today, we stand together one last time, still not entirely sure what lies ahead. We can reminisce on the moments we will remember forever. Big events like sports games, prom, homecoming, concerts, and musicals, and smaller ones such as someone bringing donuts to class or just hanging out with friends after school. As we walk away today, I know that whatever the future has in store for each of us, it is going to be phenomenal. No matter how far from or how close to home we each end up, we are going to change the world. I wish all of you the best, and let us agree for the final time together, it is a great day to be a chieftain. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha, for your thoughtful words. Good evening, friends, family, parents, honored guests, and class of 2021. Congratulations to the class of 2021. We have worked hard, pushed through difficult times, and refused to give up. We have overcome all obstacles to be here today. I am honored to speak tonight as your representative. I want to start by thanking a few people on behalf of our class. Thank you to all of the teachers. Thank you for all the times you presented material to challenge and engage us. Thanks for the times you were there when we needed you. Thank you to our parents. Thank you for the support through our many activities, your help with papers and projects, your attendance at performances, and your cheering at games. As I stand here before you tonight, I want to talk about how you choose to make use of your time. Most of us started high school in August 2017. 4 years is about 200 weeks or 1,400 days. Sometimes the days seem to pass slowly, but the years have flown by. The question remains, with a finite amount of time, what have you done with it, and what have you learned? Your best uses of time came when you looked beyond yourself and became involved in your community. We each have unique abilities and interests, and when we combine our individual strengths, we make our community strong. As the class of 2021, we have had CBC championships, including golf, cross country, football, swimming, and track. Each of those teams would not be successful without the hard work of each of their members. Your dedication makes the contributions of others meaningful. Our clubs have made significant contributions to our experiences at BHS. We have had strong performances in diverse clubs such as Envirothon, Teams, Educators Rising, DECA, FCLA, and Quiz Bowl. Those of you who participated in activities like these helped make them exciting and educational opportunities for others. Other clubs are community and service oriented. We remember the contributions of clubs such as Key Club, Agape, Interact, DARE, and GSA. They have enriched our community through the service they provide. Those who participated in these organizations have learned humility and service, vital traits to build community. Maybe you were involved in one of our music or art activities where you could express yourself while bringing joy to others. Whatever you may have done, your involvement gave you a purpose and shaped your development here at BHS. These activities take large amounts of time, but what about those small moments? Indeed, how you choose to spend those moments is just as important. Suppose you decide to spend 5 minutes each day checking in on a friend. Over the course of a year, you will have spent 15 hours talking to that friend. What about the time you have in the morning? Instead of lying in bed hitting the snooze button, you can invest that time in reaching your goals. The little moments really add up. Once you realize how much of an impact your small decisions can make, you will be better equipped to make the most of your limited time. Looking to the future, I realize that each of us will be taking a different path. However, we each have limited free time every day. Each hour spent on one pursuit means one less hour for everything else. What will you prioritize? Even as I pose this question, I do not fully know my answer, but will share with you some strategies I have found to be useful. One useful technique is to analyze my strengths. Your strength may be showing kindness and love to others, having critical thinking skills, or being creative. Put time into refining your skills because they will be useful to you both now and in the future. I have learned the importance of setting more realistic expectations. Trying to please everyone is detrimental to my well-being. You will not be able to please everyone, and if you try, you are likely to be overwhelmed. You must decide what is important to you and follow through. Find friends who will challenge you and broaden your horizons. Your friends may help you discover talents and interests you did not even know you had. The essence of managing your time effectively is to define your priorities and only listen to those who will care about you, support you, and hold you accountable. As we get ready to receive our diplomas, our lives are ahead of us. For the first time, our priorities are determined not by the requirements of others, but by our own decisions. Deep down, each of you know what you want in life. Now, it is your job to find how you will get there. Find activities and interests that are a valuable use for your time, and find people who will support you in your decisions. I congratulate each of you and wish you all the best going forward. Class of 2021, thank you for a wonderful 13 years together.
Thank you, Evan and Samantha. Thank you for representing your class so well and for representing our community so well. At this time, I would like to ask the senior class choir members to assemble for their song. And while they're taking the stage, I would like to take a moment to thank a few other people who have done a lot of hard work preparing for today's event. I would like to thank our guidance counselors who are not on the platform today, Ms. Becky O'Reilly and Mrs. Shaylee Logan, and their assistant, Mrs. Triplett. I would also like to thank Ms. Sarah High, our National Honor Society advisor, and Ms. Marcia Cooper and Ms. Melanie Lehman, our senior class advisors, Ms. Christy Mount, who arranges the senior mailbox. Our maintenance workers who've put all this together today, Roger Ely, Tina Williams, Justin Gossard, Brian Patton, Max Eric, Jared Patterson, Bill Brannon, and our custodial maintenance staff. And finally, of course, our main office secretaries, Ms. Roxanne Sprouse, Tanya Braun, Ms. Martha Eric, and Mrs. Lori Showalter. Let's please take a moment to recognize the efforts of all of those individuals with a round of applause and thank them for their work in preparing this venue for you. Finally, I wanted to thank our entire staff at BHS and BCS and Ohio High Point who has joined us here today. You have mentored, you have taught, you have laughed, cried, sang, and danced with each and every one of these students. You have been such a major part of their lives. With our staff, we have special guests today invited by the class of 2021 to read their individual names as an honor and testament to their help and guidance they have given over the years. This staff at BCS, past and present, as well as Ohio High Point staff, past and present. At this time, I would like our entire staff to stand and be recognized for the contributions you give to our students each and every day. And now our senior choir members, under the direction of Mrs. Stacy Calton, will share their song, Breakaway.
Grew up in a small town when the rain would fall down. I just stare out my window, dreaming of what could be. If I didn't end up happy, I would pray. Trying hard to reach out, when I tried to speak out, felt like no one could hear me. Wanted to belong here, but something felt so wrong here, so I pray I could ones that I love, and I'll take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Building with 100 floors, swing around revolving doors. Maybe I don't know where they'll take me, but gotta keep moving on, fly away, break away. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. Though it's not easy to tell you goodbye. Make a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun, but I won't forget the place I come from. And I'll take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away, break away, break away.
Thank you very much to our senior students and Mrs. Calton. Great choice. That was beautiful. At this time, I would like to call Mrs. Angela Haber to the podium to recognize our local scholarship and special award winners from the class of 2021, as well as the members of the class who will be serving in the armed forces after graduation.
It is my pleasure to introduce you to those members of the graduating class of 2021 who have been recognized by local organizations through the awarding of local scholarships and special awards. The Bellefontaine High School administration, faculty, staff, and graduating class would like to take this opportunity to express our appreciation to the many clubs, organizations, institutions, and individuals who have worked so hard to make these scholarships possible. Their efforts certainly exhibit the pride and enthusiasm that the Bellefontaine community has for its school system. The scholarships, most of which were presented at a special awards ceremony earlier this month, amount to just under $275,000. The local scholarship information is included in the insert of your program, and I would like to ask those students who received one or more local scholarship to stand to the audience for a round of applause. Thank you. The remaining scholarships that students have accepted will appear in the graduation edition of the Bellefontaine Examiner. The total of all local, college, and university awarded scholarships amounts to almost $1.5 million. Well done, class of 2021. This year, Bellefontaine High School has one student who has not only earned her high school diploma, but has also completed requirements to earn an Associates of Science degree from Clark State Community College. At this time, I would like to recognize Samantha Jo Starkey for earning her Associates of Science degree. Samantha, please stand to be recognized. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize those members of the class of 2021 who will be entering the United States military upon graduation. Would the following students please stand to be recognized? Ariel Ray Burkholder, the United States Marines. Noah Cole Connor, the United States Marines. Maya Khalees Godsty, the United States Army. And Ethan Mason Morales, the United States Marines. To each of you serving, we thank you in advance for your service, and we wish you the very best. May God watch over you.
Thank you, Mrs. Haber. Let's have one more round of applause for the academic accomplishments and especially for the service to our country that will be performed by our members of the class of 2021. At this time, I'd like to call Mr. Brad Hall and Mr. Comstock to the stage, who will assist in handing out the next awards. It's time to present the awards to our class valedictorian, salutatorian, and the top 10 academic honors students. As you've heard from Mrs. Haber, this has been a class with an outstanding academic achievement. Top 10 students, as I call your names, please come to the stage to be recognized. Our valedictorian, Evan Michael Kaufman, son of Dr. Ryan and Valerie Kaufman. Our salutatorian, Samantha Jo Starkey, daughter of Michael and Nancy Starkey. Rounding out our top 10 in order, Sarah Elizabeth Starkey, daughter of Michael and Nancy Starkey. Connor Ethan Rose, son of Tom and Liz Rose. Levon Thomas Howard, son of Thomas and Sarah Howard. Anastasia Constance Hyatt, daughter of Brady and Lisette Hyatt. Madison Grace Taylor, daughter of Adam and Leanne Taylor. Brennick Canyon Wilcoxon, son of Josh and Jennifer Wilcoxon. Meng Ting Wong, daughter of Yan Mei Zhu and Hung O Wan. And Micah Paul Wolf, son of Brad Wolf. Please have one more round of applause for all of these outstanding scholars and their hard work. At this time, we'd like to take a moment to honor some of the outstanding past graduates. The BHS Academic Boosters have taken on the organization and sponsorship of the Distinguished Alumni Award for the past 10 years. The purpose of the Distinguished Alumni Award is to honor those whose distinguished actions and achievements, whether in their professional life or service to community, state, or nation, bring honor and distinction to the academic heritage of Bellefontaine High School. To be eligible, a candidate must be a graduate of BHS with at least 10 years having elapsed since the nominee's graduation. They must have also demonstrated significant success in the professional arena or significant contribution in service to the community, the state, or the nation. The boosters today have provided you with a biography sheet for each of our honorees. Mrs. Angie Horvath and Mr. Brad Hall will award our distinguished alumni at their seats with a gift from our BHS academic boosters after I read each of their bios. I would like to ask our first distinguished alumni to stand at his seat as I read his biography. Let's welcome Mr. Paul A. Lambert. Mr. Paul A. Lambert Sr. graduated from Bellefontaine High School in 1956. He's a graduate of Anderson University in Anderson, Indiana. During his college days, he received many accolades, but reveres his selection to who's who in American colleges and universities, followed up by being inducted into their Athletic Hall of Fame. Mr. Lambert enjoyed a successful, multifaceted 32-year career with the Dow Chemical Company. The major part in being in management of shipping hazardous substances globally. It was through this background that he was asked by the Secretaries of Transportation and later the Secretaries of Homeland Security to voluntarily serve on the National Chemical Transportation Advisory Committee. He served from 1970 to 2017. This service assisted the U.S. Coast Guard in rulemaking, preparations for the United Nations Maritime Committees, and partnering with industry for the safety and quality of shore and vessel operations. The results being a safer maritime and the continuous improvement in the life of seamen everywhere. He attends the United Methodist Church and has taught Sunday school since 1970. Mr. Lambert resides in Lake Jackson, Texas, with his wife Irene of 62 years. He has 4 sons and 10 grandchildren. Please join me in a round of applause for Mr. Lambert as Mrs. Horvath and the BHS Academic Boosters give him the Distinguished Alumni Recognition Award. I would like to ask our next distinguished alumni to stand at her seat as I read her biography. Let's welcome Dr. Danielle Pfister Foster. Dr. Foster graduated from Bellefontaine High School in 1995. She earned her bachelor's degree in organizational management, master's degree in business administration from Bluffton University, and doctorate in organizational leadership from Bowling Green State University. Dr. Foster worked in the private sector in the pharmaceutical industry and was then asked by the University of Findlay 18 years ago to build out the online learning platform. In 2004, she joined Tiffin University as a business and international marketing instructor and was there for 15 years. She's now a professor at Ohio Northern University teaching strategic marketing planning and international marketing. Dr. Foster cares about students. She has established student internships at multiple corporations and desires that all her marketing students are competent and employed. Dr. Foster has received the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I Have a Dream Award in 2006 and the Pioneer Award from the National Association of Blacks in Criminal Justice in 2007. Dr. Foster states, "The impact that I have on the Bellefontaine community as well as my academic and Lima community are twofold. I set out daily to serve as an example of a female educator with a passion for diversity that hopes to help enrich the lives of students that also strive to accomplish success in their own lives." Dr. Foster is married and lives in Lima, Ohio. Please join me in a round of applause for Dr. Foster. I would like to ask our next distinguished alumni to stand at his seat as I read his biography. Let's welcome Dr. Ryan Kaufman. Dr. Ryan Kaufman was the valedictorian of the BHS class of 1995. He graduated with honors from Eastern Mennonite University and the Ohio State University College of Medicine. After completing his family medicine residency at Riverside Methodist Hospital in Columbus, he returned to Bellefontaine to practice at Oak Hill Medical Associates. After 9 years at Oak Hills, he left to start Hickory Medical Direct Primary Care, a medical practice that provides personal care focused on bringing healthcare directly to patients. Dr. Kaufman served in numerous elected and appointed state and national positions within family medicine. He is past president of the Ohio Academy of Family Physicians and currently the alternate delegate for Ohio to the American Academy of Family Physicians. He is the editor of the Ohio Family Physician and associate medical editor for the FP Essentials monograph. Dr. Kaufman regularly teaches family physicians in state, regional, and national lectures. He served on the Ohio Cabinet Opiate Action Team and has testified before the Ohio House, advocated on healthcare issues also in Washington, D.C. Dr. Kaufman has served on various community organizations and boards. He has been a volunteer in Bellefontaine City Schools in the classroom, as well as the academic boosters, band, cross country, and track. Dr. Kaufman is married to Valerie, and they have 3 sons who attend Bellefontaine: Simon, Neil, and Evan, who is graduating today. Please join me for a round of applause for Dr. Kaufman. Our final distinguished alumni has been chosen by the class of 2021 as their graduation class speaker. As such, we have an honorarium for Sergeant Kennedy as a thank you for joining us this evening. In a moment, I will be inviting Sergeant Andy Kennedy to the podium, but first, we would like to introduce him and recognize some of his accomplishments. Andy Kennedy graduated from Bellefontaine High School in 2001, and following graduation, he entered the workforce. In 2004, he joined the Bellefontaine Police Department. In 2013, he became DARE officer for the police department and became known as Officer Andy to the students of Bellefontaine City Schools. For the next 7 years, Mr. Kennedy oversaw the DARE and GUIDE programs, which included Safety Town and other safety curriculums to the youth of our community. He also organized DARE summer camps, DARE lock-ins, and Cops and Bobbers fishing events. Mr. Kennedy has done many things to help bridge the gap between the community and law enforcement and promote a more cohesive community. In May 2020, he was promoted to the rank of sergeant and had to leave behind his DARE officer position. He is currently the second shift patrol supervisor. In 2014, Mr. Kennedy won the Medal of Merit and Officer of the Year award, and in 2018, he received the Special Commendation Award for his excellent work within the Bellefontaine City Schools. Mr. Kennedy is active in the community, the Board of DD Community Basketball Game, Bike Rodeo, and the Ring of Lights. He attends the Bellefontaine First United Presbyterian Church. A Bellefontaine City School administrator reports, Officer Andy possesses rare talents and character traits that he consistently models for our future leaders of tomorrow. Thank you for your service to our community. Mr. Kennedy lives in Bellefontaine with his wife Natasha and their 2 sons, Reed and Calvin. Please welcome Sergeant Andy Kennedy, the graduation speaker for the class of 2021.
Thank you to the DHS Academic Boosters Club for this recognition. Thank you to the teachers, faculty, and staff for your hard work, dedication, and ability to adjust in this incredible time. This community and this school means so much to me, so to be recognized as a distinguished alumni today is truly an honor. I specifically want to thank Krista Adelsberger and Jenny Salyer for nominating me. I also want to thank my parents, Carl and Lisa Kennedy, who are both Bellefontaine graduates and lifelong Bellefontaine residents. Their guidance and support throughout my life has been invaluable. Finally, I want to thank my wife, Natasha, for her unwavering commitment and motivation for me to always be my best. When I was sitting in the same seats as you graduates 20 years ago, I would have never guessed that I would one day return to take this stage as the commencement speaker. I guess I have you guys to thank for that. I would venture to say no one there that day guessed it either. Again, to say I'm honored is a gross understatement. Like I am sure many of you are feeling, I was sitting there unsure what was next. I can tell you the thought of being a Bellefontaine police officer did not cross my mind. With that being said, I've thought long and hard about what I wanted to say here tonight. I finally decided I would share a little bit about what I have found to be important to my success and to tell you about the people and the decisions that led me ending up on the stage here tonight. You see, I believe the relationships you build are a big part of what lead you to being successful. The people that you surround yourself with will greatly impact what you accomplish. The relationships I have made in my life have led to success and happiness that I never imagined I would achieve. Taking risks to seize opportunities is also a must if you're going to succeed. Although taking risks scares me, I wouldn't be where I am today without putting myself out there a time or two. And finally, anything worth achieving is going to take hard work. Without effort, even the best opportunity will fail. I left high school not necessarily knowing what I wanted to do with my life. I had a strong interest in public service, and I loved the community of Bellefontaine. I had watched my older brother become a firefighter, and the profession interested me. The opportunity to help others seemed like something that would be very rewarding. I attended EMT basic classes at night while I worked full-time. After completing the EMT training, I was not completely convinced that that was the field I wanted to make my career, but I had also not ruled out the possibility. I tested for the Bellefontaine Fire Department, but it was a chance meeting in the city building parking lot that would set me on my path to becoming a police officer. I ran into Rick Herring, who at the time was a sergeant with the Bellefontaine Police Department. Rick had been my dare officer when I was in 5th grade. I told him about testing for the fire department, and he told me that the police department was giving a test and said I should take it. After giving it some thought and taking the test, I ended up being offered a position as a Bellefontaine police officer. I got to attend what I believe was the best training available at the Ohio State Highway Patrol Basic Police Academy. I remember the overwhelming sense of pride those first days when I took the streets of my hometown in uniform. The opportunity all came from a relationship that had started in the 5th grade. The relationships you build will help you on your path to success. For the next 9 years, I worked patrol, primarily second shift. Although I did not care for the second shift hours, I was serving a community I cared about, and it was very rewarding. I worked hard and was rewarded with an opportunity to start helping with a drug prevention program that newly appointed Chief Brandon Stanley wanted to get started in the Bellefontaine Middle School. This came with additional responsibilities, but I was willing to put forth the effort to help it succeed. This was the start of the police department getting officers involved in teaching kids about drug prevention again in the city schools. You see, the DARE program was cut in 2004, the year I was hired at the police department, due to lack of funding. It had once been a thriving program started by Dave Stidham and expanded under the leadership of Officer Rick and Officer Ed Peters. The thought of being a DARE officer had never really crossed my mind, as it hadn't seemed like an option. When the opportunity was presented to me by Chief Stanley, I nervously said yes. There's a saying often used in police trainings that comes to mind when I think about that decision. There are two things that cops hate: change and when things stay the same. I was confident in my abilities as a patrol officer, but I was nervous about the risk of not being good at being a DARE officer. It came with a challenging training and something that I had no experience doing. I was reassured by Officer Rick and Officer Ed, and with their guidance, I was able to complete my training and prepared to restart the DARE program in December of 2013. Taking risks to seize opportunities is a must if you're going to succeed. The relationship I've built and the risks that I've taken have brought me to you all here today. In December of 2013, many of you graduates were 5th graders at the intermediate school in its first year at its current location. The new schools had just been built, and the elementary and middle school grades were moved into their new buildings. Bellefontaine students and community said goodbye to Northeastern, Southeastern, and Western elementary buildings. You guys got to finish out your last elementary year in a strange new but very old building. To top it off, you were introduced to Officer Andy and told that he would be coming to your class for several weeks to talk to you about things like peer pressure, making good choices, and being good citizens. That's a lot of changes for a 5th grade class to handle, but you all were amazing and immediately made me realize that not only was DARE class interesting and fun for you, but it was going to be life-changing for me. The class of 2021 shaped me into the DARE officer I was destined to become. The lessons came to life in the classroom in those first days. I enjoyed my first skating party since I was in 5th grade. I held my first DARE graduation where I was nervous to talk to not only in front of you, but probably a lot of these same parents that are in the audience tonight. I had taken the risk to become a DARE officer, worked hard, and put my all into doing the job the best I could, and I enjoy the success of sharing a celebration with you. No class of 5th graders would ever be as meaningful to me as the class of 2021. I did work hard to make every year better, I was never satisfied and believed that there was always something more that I could be doing to make connections with the kids in my community. I added programs outside of school, such as Cops and Bobbers, Dare Camp, and the Dare Lock-In. I worked hard at each event and special program to make sure it was the best that it could be for those that attended. I built relationships that I continue to see the benefits of as I once again returned to patrol full time. Through all this, at each step along the way, there was my Dare officer, Officer Rick, cheering me on and giving me guidance that helped me to succeed. That brings me to where I am today. After 7 years of instructing Dare and building relationships with the youth of Bellefontaine, a new opportunity presented itself. Once again, I was filled with some of those same fear and self-doubt I had felt when I was asked to become a Dare officer. Once again, there was Officer Rick telling me this was something I should do. I took his advice, and in May of 2020, I was promoted to sergeant. So I've made my way back to second shift, hours that I still don't much care for, but I have now have the opportunity to serve my department in a leadership role and have a positive impact on my community. A chance to push myself to be better, to see where my hard work will take me, because anything worth achieving is going to take hard work. Without effort, even the best opportunity will fail. At this time, I would like to take a moment to recognize Lieutenant Rick Herring. He happens to be here with us tonight, working to make sure you all behave. Rick is a graduate of BHS class of 1981. He spent the last 30 years serving this community of Bellefontaine as a Bellefontaine police officer, Dare officer, sergeant, and lieutenant. Next Friday, Rick will be retiring. It has been an honor to have the privilege to work with Officer Rick and to carry on his legacy. Please join me in a round of applause to recognize his service to our community. And now to the class of 2021. I know all you graduates sitting there today have worked hard. Congratulations, you truly deserve it. The past year has been unlike any other, but this moment is but a brief pause in the amazing story of your lives. Your future is as bright as you want to make it. There are going to be people in your life who will push you to do great things. People who you build strong relationships with. When they push, get your feet moving so the momentum can carry you far. You will be presented with the opportunities that come with risk. Do not fear change or the unknown. If you fall, pick yourself back up, learn from your mistakes, and you will be stronger and better the next time. Put your full effort into everything you do. Don't forget about this community. It helped mold you into the people you are today. I want you to take a moment to think about it. This place where you've made so many memories. Some of you spent your whole life here, while some of you have more recently called this place home. But for every one of you, Bellefontaine is now an important part of your story. You will forever be a Bellefontaine chieftain. Remember what this community has given you. Remember what the teachers and staff of this amazing school have taught you. Their lessons and guidance are invaluable and have built a foundation that will support whatever you choose to pursue. The relationships you built here will be there for you when you need them. Take a moment to also remember the fun you've had in this town. Think about the summers playing baseball at Ratliff Park or softball at Southview, swimming at the Hoffman Pool or playing soccer in Blue Jacket Park. From the plays and programs at school to the shows at the Holland Theater, you have performed. From the first job at a local business like Dairy Queen or Ron's Pizza, you've learned about hard work. The people of this community have prepared you for your future. Now, no matter where you decide to settle and make your life, let the memories of this place be the motivation for you to make that community as great as the one you grew up in. My charge to you is to work hard, be kind to your neighbors, and give back whenever you can. Your future community, no matter where it might be, needs that of you. Thank you to the Bellefontaine High School class of 2021 for the role you played in my success. I can only hope that my role in your life helped to play a part in your success. Congratulations, good luck, and if there's ever anything I can do for you, give me a call. I'm always here for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Kennedy. And one more round of applause and congratulating all of our distinguished alumni joining us today. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Superintendent Hall, Mrs. Sanford, members of the Bellefontaine City Board of Education, faculty, parents, family members, and friends, I hereby certify that the students seated before you have met all the requirements set forth by Bellefontaine City Schools and the state of Ohio. Therefore, they are entitled to be granted their diplomas. I would like to invite our members of our Board of Education and Mr. Hall to the stage to present these diplomas, as well as the members of BCS and Ohio High Point who have been selected to read names to start to assemble and line up as well. Members of the Bellefontaine High School class of 2021, please prepare to receive your diplomas.
Evan Michael Kaufman.
Samantha Joe Starkey.
Sarah Elizabeth Starkey.
Connor Ethan Rose. Levon Thomas Howard.
Anastasia Constance Hyatt.
Madison Grace Taylor.
Brennick Canyon Wilcoxon.
Meng Ting Wong.
Micah Paul Wolf.
Fadi Salim Abukadr.
Kane Roberts Atkins.
Stevie Hannah Nicole Angel.
Hirsch Bakshi.
Jared Jace Boffman.
Jeremy Lee Boffman.
Ralph Lee Belmer.
Tiara Eileen Blevins. Tori Renee Breston. Robert Dylan Breckler.
Cameron Todd Bridge.
Joseph William Briggs.
Kobe Slade Brown. Samuel Allen Brown.
Marcus Elliott Brugler.
Brooklyn Page Buffkin.
Ariel Ray Burkholder.
Brian Scott Bush.
Jessica Leanne Bush. Jaden Stefan Campbell.
Juan Diego Cardenas Rubio. Ryan Spencer Carmen.
Justin Lyle Carper.
Cheyenne Kayla Fingerman. Alexis Marie Close.
Destiny Nicole Close.
Cole Cameron Comstock.
Nathan Cox Connor.
Noah Cole Connor.
Elena Marie Cooper. Colton Reed Costin.
Paige Alexis Cox. Grace Donna Leanne Crumrine.
Seth Michael Doherty. Cameron Justin Davis.
Mackenzie Grace Davis.
Maya Gail Davis.
Hayden Clayton Deitch.
Madison Michelle DeLong.
Destiny Elaine Dick.
Natalie Catherine DeNovo.
Aiden Joshua Downing.
Olivia Claire Ader. Lauren Victoria Easton.
Ashley Leanne Emer.
James Ernest Epps.
Abby Nicole Irwin.
Lily Ann Evans.
Shayla Elizabeth Nicole Flagler.
Micah Daniel Fogan. Derek Braden Frazier.
Griffin Scott Frisbee.
Riley Paige Fullerton.
David Daniel Ganson.
Donovan Montgomery George.
Damian Aaron Michael Godfrey.
Maya Khalees Godsey.
Stephen Samuel Godwin.
Caleb Andrew Gonterman.
Peyton Ann Green.
William Elijah Z. Hampton.
Adeline Elizabeth Hankins. Angel Marie Harbor.
Nathan Daniel Hardy.
Bowdy Allen Herod.
Miles Xavier Hart.
Michaela Annie Hayes.
Lindsay Nicole Heminger.
Isaiah William Henry. Justine Ebony Huser. Robert Leroy Hicks. Kylie Grace Honecker. Jaden Michelle Nicole Horn. Ryan Michael Horsley.
Alyssa Adair Hudson.
Ryan Christopher Hunter.
Tylynn Reese Hunter. Bladen James Daniel Hurley.
Caitlin Merrill Irwin Hutchins.
Amy Lynn, Inskeep.
Alexis Joe Irick.
Erin Elizabeth Jackson.
Morgan Lee Jenkins.
Anissa Nyasia Lene Johnson.
Jarrell Antoine Johnson Jr.
Ryan Joseph Johnson.
Amira Grace Kaufman.
Hope Elizabeth Kelly. Trinity Diane Kelly.
Bailey Rose Kemper.
Kaylin Joe Kenner.
Timothy James Kearns Jr.
Destiny Ann Kiss.
Destiny Michelle Kissling.
Abigail Ann Kite.
Cameron Dean Klein.
Madison Kylie Kondracki.
Leah Nicole Kuhn. Austin Tyler Lamb. Ariana Rose Lane. Tyrese Termaine Leeper. Tierra Denise Lewis.
Sarah Riley Loudermilk.
Dakota Sky Mackey. Alex Colton Mahone. David James Manning.
Ryan Nicholas Maples. Emily Danielle McCall.
Meredith Page McLean.
Julian Kane Meeker.
Madison Crystal Page Melendrez.
Elijah William Marin.
Ayla Nicole Meyer.
Troy Andrew Meyer.
Gracie
Elizabeth Middall.
Candace Marie Milbach.
Brooke Caitlin Miranda.
Ruben Michael Moon.
Ethan Michael McClellan Moore.
Ethan Mason Morales. Stephen Stewart Moreno Hernandez.
Tayshawn Elijah Eugene Mundy. Marissa Dawn Murphy. Riley Leanne Myers.
Quentin Lee Neer.
Tamara Brianne Newell.
Ariana Maria Nunez.
Matthew Allen Nye. Alexis Leanne O'Brien.
Devin Jade Oppie.
Benjamin Philip Parsons.
Sebastian Fee Fan. Nicholas Wesley Phelps.
Peyton James Plikard.
Kayla Leanne Plummer. Braden Riley Price.
Jeanette Kathleen Price.
Eden Aileen Rady.
Mamie Suzanne Randall.
Xavier Malik Ratliff.
Brianna Marie Ravenscraft.
Jacob Dylan Reynolds. Connor Blade Riley.
Robert James Ritter.
Dawson Willard Dean Roberts.
Jared Nicholas Salyer.
Reese Dalton Salyer.
Skyly Aubrey Anna Scott.
Benjamin Carter Seaford.
Jasmine Grace Shire.
Tad Mitchell Slayback.
Andrew Richard Smith.
Jenna Ruth Smith.
Cameron Xavier Smith.
Nolan Thomas Smith.
Cadence Marie Stamford.
Nicholas Aiden Stanton.
Austin Michael Stewart.
Jesse Wayne Titus.
Caden Andrew Titus.
Hunter Logan Michael Tolson.
Emma Elizabeth Verbsky.
Brooklyn Michael Veerhoff.
Chris de Los Angeles Villasmil Linares.
Rachel Lee Walker.
Hunter Maxwell Warner.
Zane Hunter Warren.
Kylie Evelyn Watts. Robert Vernon Wildermuth.
Caleb Matthews Williams.
Nicholas Allen Williams.
Jason Michael Willoughby.
Lauren Ashley Yoder.
All right, one more round of applause, class of 2021. Class of 2021, please rise. Thank you for always rising to the occasion, and today is definitely a big occasion. You've shown the heart of a chieftain throughout your careers, and we certainly wish you the best in your new journeys. Thank you for your example through the toughest of these couple years especially. I love you guys, and I want you to remember that once a chieftain, always a chieftain. Parents, family members, and well-wishers, I now present you with the newest alumni of Bellefontaine High School, the class of 2021. As we conclude, I ask the audience to rise and remain standing at your places until the entire class has completed their recessional. I also respectfully ask everyone to promptly exit the stadium per our COVID protocols and head to your cars to start the celebration off campus. Graduates of 2021, you may now turn your tassels.